This next topic is one that we're revisiting from several months ago. There is this dating influencer named Danielle Walter who has over 1 million followers on Instagram alone. And all of her content, as she's been growing her platform over the years, revolves around dating, going on first dates. She tells her followers about the date before she shows up. She then, in the middle of the date, goes to the bathroom and talks about the guy to her followers in the middle of the date. Then after the date, she records a post-date debrief. This is the formula she's followed for years. Most of the dates obviously don't pan out very well, but she keeps all of her followers updated and unposted on the fate of each and every last match that she's gotten from a dating app. And just in recent months, she has found who she believes to be her future husband. People know very little about this guy, but they've done some digging and did find out who he is. For context, he's a Brazilian fitness instructor who has shirtless photos all over his Instagram, lots of really badly done guitar covers on his Instagram. He just seems like a kind of a weirdo, but you have to be kind of a weirdo in order to date someone whose entire career revolves around putting her personal life on blast. Why would you be okay with that if you're mentally stable? So I'll show first the video that Danielle Walter posted 9 weeks ago in the middle of her first date with this man, telling her followers that she thinks this is the one, this is my future husband, minutes after meeting this man.
I'm in the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom of the coffee shop. This might be my husband. He is so kind. He is a true man of God, at least from what I can tell. He's just, I really like him. I'm recording live from the second bathroom. This date is going so well. It's going so well.
She looks insane, by the way. Obviously.
Guys.
I'm so cooked. This may be it for me. This could be my husband.
One day. Okay, so she then does a post-date debrief and tells her followers that it was like a 3 to 6 hour long first date where they were talking about just like life. And she also does talk a lot about being a Christian. Interestingly, I wouldn't have expected that from someone of her follower count.
Yeah.
Or the type of content that she makes, but she was going on and on about how he's a man of God and they have like these shared values and she feels so taken care of. And when she's in his presence, they've spent hours together at this point. And her fans at first are very excited because they were on the edge of their seats waiting for this woman to find love at the age of 33. And she follows up further into the development of their relationship, saying that they are waiting to have sex until, I don't know, she didn't really say. But let's watch that video answering one of the most frequent questions that she's receiving.
We are not having sex. We are waiting physically. I've never felt so safe and secure and on board and on the same team with someone. We are of the same faith and it's just so special. Like, this is such a gift from God. And it was an open conversation that we had, and we both are on the same page that this is something that physicality is something that is really important and is reserved for a certain time. And we just both believe that God is gonna bless us, and really that waiting makes everything so special. Waiting makes everything else so special. I feel like that's the part that a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people talk about the sex aspect. Have you talked about that you're celibate? Have you talked about like how long you're gonna wait or whatever it is? But they don't talk about everything else. When you're not having sex with someone, it forces you to get to know them, to see if you really like them, to appreciate all the things about them, and just spend time with them as a human rather than letting the physicality distract you from everything else. And trust me, I know, having been out there in the dating world, this is not a common thing, and I am feeling so lucky to have found a man that not just respects what I want, but is on board, like in agreement with it. Waiting makes the time that you spend together so much more precious. It makes you focus on the person instead of glazing over things. And then that attraction that you feel to each other because you're not giving into your urges is just so much stronger. And it makes things, I believe, the way that they're supposed to be. I feel like when you sleep with someone quickly, it sells you short of feelings that you're supposed to have, of moments that you're supposed to have, of intentionality that you're supposed to have, of treatment that you're supposed to have. So anyway, people have been asking about that, and yes, we've talked about it, yes, we've decided, and yes, it's amazing that we're waiting. So that's all.
Okay. And I'll say, first off, this is about when all of the comments started rolling in, like, this is a red flag. They don't believe that a Brazilian man would wait. That was one of them.
That's true. Something's going on here.
Other people agreeing with her, and I agree with her, I'll say, obviously. I don't even know if I need to clarify that. From a Catholic perspective, I agree with everything she just said in principle. However, there's a bit of a contradiction here, because Danielle Walter's entire life, her entire personal life, her dating life, gets blasted onto a feed for millions of people to watch. What exactly is emotionally modest and chaste about that? She's kind of hooking up with everyone that watches these videos emotionally, right? So that doesn't seem in line with the values that she's voicing here.
You know, chastity, I was thinking about chastity and lust lately because I've been poring over the virtues and trying to understand. And I was reading that chastity was derived from temperance, that originally it wasn't a thing. It was just more about self-control, and whether that's in the sexual realm or the food realm, like self-control. And then that would mean that the opposite is gluttony. So like gluttonous for sex or for food or whatever. I don't know exactly what chastity is. Is that you save your intense lovemaking for your wife only, and then all you is just to have children? That means sex isn't supposed to be for pleasure?
I think chastity is just a synonym for abstinence, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, it does obviously get interpreted so many different ways by so many different people, but what I think from my perspective as a Catholic is that it's not just a synonym for abstinence or a synonym for self-control in and of itself, and like there's been more development of that thought post John Paul II and his theology of the body, wherein even in marriage chastity can be practiced. It is a proper ordering of your sexual faculties, and that is something that you have to continue throughout your life even after marriage. But she, I think, is ignoring one important part of it, which is emotional chastity. When you're pouring your emotions out to millions of people, that is a violation of chastity. That's my opinion. I think that oftentimes women on social media feel this pull to display their bodies, and I oppose that. However, a lot more common these days, especially amongst Gen Z women, is this pull to display their emotions. Like to the pull towards self-disclosure is even stronger than the urge to just get validation for your figure. And it's a big problem that not a lot of people I've seen talk about. And this is what she's doing. This is what she's guilty of. And I don't think she would necessarily even know that she's doing it, because it comes so naturally to the way these platforms work and the way algorithms reward this behavior.
She's also, like, it has to be said, I mean, it's mean, but it's true. It's like she's 33 and not married, but has these like really strong convictions on sexuality and marriage. That indicates that there's two things, like, this could be the possibilities. She's just a psycho and that's why she's not married. Yeah. Which is probably explains that's a lot of people out there. Or B, is these revelations have been in the last few years. Yeah. And that she wasted her 20s without these convictions, and it's like, well, your priorities were completely out of line. This is kind of the price you have to pay. Yeah. It's mean, but it's true.
It stings to see this happen to so many
people.
I feel
bad. I'm not saying this to like as a rah-rah chest beating. It's like, it's just tragic that people are getting lied to when they're in their peak. When you can use eroticism as a bargaining chip to get married, and now you're starting to move past that, and that's not, again, I'm not.
You're totally correct.
It's just
totally
sad
correct.
to see.
And it's something it really like stings to me because, like, you're right, people are being lied to, or they're just not being taught in the first place. I'm so blessed to have been taught about these things from a young age, but the amount of just like pain that could be avoided if people just followed not even only Christian standards of sexual morality, but even just something approaching that, the amount of pain that could be avoided and wasted years that could be avoided. And you're probably right that had she been as committed to chastity in her 20s as she is in her 30s, she wouldn't be on the dating scene anymore.
You know, there's something about waiting to have sex, but like, how are you waiting? What are you doing with your days together? Because I've been thinking a lot about this too. The last few relationships I had, I basically just jumped into it full on. And then all of a sudden you start releasing all this oxytocin from the sexual encounter. And that's like a bonding chemical. But there's this other one called vasopressin, which is important for men.
Yes.
They get it from doing good, helping people. And
well, it's sort of a stress response, really. You're right. It's like when you encounter a problem and then you get a reward from fixing it.
And when you can, with your woman, when a man and a woman can just solve problems together, when they can go on hikes, you know, we work through the pain together, we built that thing together, then you've got a real solid base. And then the oxytocin comes on and it's like, how can you even define that?
Right.
So I like that because my first relationship, we were very good friends. We were 19 and it was like my first long-term relationship. We would just take naps together. We were such good friends. Obviously there was something going on, but neither of us talked about it ever. We just loved each other so much as people. And it laid the groundwork for a 7-year relationship, more or less. I mean, it still wasn't the right one. I was still a little kid in a small town, you know, so we didn't have a big pool, but it is like, you know, like just doing. So when they say we're waiting, you really should be specific. Like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing?
She also, interestingly, doesn't clarify in the video, what are you waiting for exactly? Like, she didn't say we're waiting until marriage. We're saying we're waiting till, you know, whenever it feels right. Like, it's just, that part was interesting to me. And from the male perspective, like, would you guys date a woman who has a social media platform where she shares this stuff?
No.
That she,
There's no full stop.
There's part of my animal that wants to dominate.
No sane man would do that.
No sane man. But there's part of my insane animal that's like, I want to be the guy that fixes her. I want to be the one that gets through to her.
That's real. We see these dynamics.
And that guy probably knows she does the video. He's probably found her through that. So he's like expecting her to talk about it.
Yes.
And was probably super excited that she was talking about it.
Absolutely. But I'm just thinking, like, there's no, you know, he's definitely not who she is presenting him to be by the way she describes him, if he's okay with dating a woman who does this, because I swear, like, the vast majority of men would not go anywhere near this mess. And then she follows it up. This was a post from a week ago where she is introducing him. They're on the way to introduce him to her parents. And by the way, she met his parents on their 3rd date.
Whoa.
Yeah, so here is that video. And by the way, you'll see she turns to him and refers to him as her future husband. For context, they have not even declared what their relationship is. He still has not even asked her to be his girlfriend, and she is turning to him face to face and calling him her future husband. So here's that video. So awkward.
Okay, I'm so nervous.
Yes.
Okay.
Pitbull.
I am bringing him home.
It's over.
I swipe left every time.
My dad and my bonus
This
mom.
isn't gonna last.
And I'm freaking out. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's gonna be awesome.
Weird voice.
So Brazilian.
This is a big deal. This is like.
Yeah.
He's even listening to Bossa
And we
Nova.
brought the baby.
The baby.
Yeah, the baby, yeah. The
And
baby eater.
yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
This is like the moment where I bring my future husband home.
And she stares at him for his reaction.
He's like, yeah.
Ew!
Okay. I'll be back. I'll let you
This
know.
is the moment where I bring my future husband home, and he's
Okay.
not even your boyfriend.
That dude is just along for the ride.
She's stuck.
That dude is completely out of control of the situation. she has finally found a man that doesn't desire to have any control over the
He's a court
situation,
jester.
and that's why he's her future husband, is because she's completely dominating.
She could be
him.
right. She could be right.
He didn't say hell yeah and grab her when she said it like that.
Yeah.
He's
I was
like,
like,
yeah,
She's
yeah.
just don't stick the pit bull on me, please.
It seems like she's stuck in this cycle of using the internet as her therapy and
Yeah.
like gotta
For sure.
break that off when you get in a
She
relationship.
needs
He's your
people
therapy
to
now.
validate it. She needs the
Could
feedback.
you just imagine you're in the car and you've been dating for, I don't know, a month or two, and she pulls her phone out and starts like giving a play-by-play?
Yeah, it's so
You have to be so
bizarre.
defeated as a guy.
I'm all very turned off by phones a lot. I was from like in the 90s, they didn't exist. 80s, they didn't exist. So for 20 years, I lived a life without any. It was like if you're at your computer at home, you could get on the internet. Otherwise, you were not on the internet ever. And the idea of someone pulling out a phone and documenting me when I'm in the middle of doing something is like, get that thing the fuck out of my
I
face.
feel the same way.
But then there's also the reality that we live in now where I'm a social media influencer, and it's like, look at my food, look at the cool place I'm at. Everyone, like, I don't want to do that.
Like, we know we're part of the problem.
But so it is a problem. I see it as sort of a weird
Not quite as
parasocial
bad
problem.
as this.
But also, like,
but, yeah.
observing the dating market and for people in their 30s and 40s, it's a total buyer's market for women. So I actually think there's a lot of guys that are out there that have realized they want to get married, and so they just
would
put up
with this shit.
Yeah.
It's real. And she then follows up and she's still just praising this guy, screaming it from the rooftops how great he is, and her comments are finally calling her out. They're saying, you know, how bad were the men you dated before to make you think that like he picks you up for dates, like he's like some kind of god, like what is this?
This is another thing I had to explain to a girl, that saying no one's treated me this well, or you're the first guy to treat me well, is a very petrifying thing to hear from someone you're
That
dating.
is, yeah, a huge tell. And also, I should mention, this is when her followers are checking out. Because what they're there for is to follow the epic highs and lows of dating in 2025. And then when it appears, just appears, that this woman is in a stable relationship, her cachet, her form of clout chasing evaporates. One of the comments said, "Don't get me wrong, I used to love your content and I'm thrilled that you found the one. It's just so repetitive now. It's boring."
Oh, well, welcome to married life.
It's
I mean, that's
boring.
real life. It's normal.
This is like when Hub's life quit
Prepared.
his job, and everyone just was like, "Oh,
Yep.
there's no more content."
And then here's the next post from 5 days ago, in which she is absolutely thrilled that he might be asking her to be his girlfriend tonight. This video of her in the red dress here. Do you have it?
Yes, here we go.
After all this,
Buckle up,
he
everyone.
still hasn't
asked
asked
to
her.
be his girlfriend today. Let me show you my dress. So he asked about going out like 2 weeks ago.
33-year-old.
On this specific day.
High school level stuff.
And was like, "Do you have any plans on this day? Like let's go to dinner or something. Let's do something." And I was like, because before I told him we have to wait 3 months. But he's so great. So then I said, we can wait 2 months, then you can ask me. And I said I wanted to be special. So I think he's taking me back to where we had our first date. I'm like out of breath. He's also here in the other room. So I like locked him away so I could record this and tell you. I haven't been
I
a
locked him
girlfriend
away so I could record
in
this.
years. And I'm gonna be his wife. I know it. I know it. Within a year, I will be his wife. Or I will be engaged. Let's slow down. He's just so great.
Slowing down.
He's so consistent.
No.
He's so solid. He makes me feel so seen and held and safe. And I have so much fun with him. And okay, I am going to try to do like live updates in the bathroom.
Why?
So easy. Bye.
Why? Why do live updates in the bathroom? Why?
This is crazy.
She's insane.
Look at the top comment, so salient. Wait, I thought he was the potential husband, but he hasn't asked you to be your girlfriend yet. I'm so confused.
Yeah. Who says that? Who just says that to someone's face?
Also, like, the relationships I've been in, there was never an asking. Like, it's just kind of assumed after like a few dates that
Yeah, it's
like
it's like
not
more
like a
like middle
promposal.
school, high
Yeah.
school type.
I would get to a point where we would have the conversation, like, so we're exclusive now. That would come up at some point usually. Almost always.
It always just happens. You just get introduced to someone like, this is my boyfriend, and then it's like, okay, yeah.
Oh.
Like I don't know. That's
It's
just
definitely not like a momentous occasion
you're not
like
going
this.
out.
She talked about engagement, and maybe we're gonna. And this is what I've been thinking about marriage a lot lately. And like, what does that mean to mix? To marry things is to mix them. And I think there's three aspects of marriage. There's the legal aspect where you sign the paperwork and now you're bound. There's the spiritual aspect where your souls are now unified beyond, and that apparently can never change. Like once that happens, and then there's the physical, literal, day-to-day mixing of energy where you're working together on things. Like that's the real engagement. You become engaged. You're engaging each other on a day-to-day. Throwing a ring at someone and being like, put it on. Now you're engaged. Like if you don't actually engage, you're not engaging.
People found her. They actually found her Pinterest, and prior to this video being posted, she already was creating a Pinterest board of all the rings that she wants.
I would say I feel bad for the guy, but he knows.
Oh, he knows that
gotta
he's
know.
in the shit. Or, yeah. Well, she followed it up. She left everyone on a cliffhanger there, but she followed it up saying, officially a girlfriend. These last couple weeks have really challenged me in how open I am online. Good. They should. You should stop.
Yeah.
I share my life, not just to entertain or because it's my job, but for the purpose of sharing the joy that life is, showing love, finding it, growing it, and keeping it in hopes that it touches someone to go out and really live theirs to the fullest. My intent is to keep sharing intimate details of my life. And my ask is that you are kind in return. Thank you to those who have already shown me support, even in the midst of possibly not agreeing with me in a world where you can be anything. Please be kind. Heart. So after all that, all that backlash, all of the stalking, doxing, your intent is to keep sharing these deep, intimate details of your life.
Was she famous before? Because her
No.
life seems so banal.
Nope, she's only famous for blasting her
This.
personal life online. Like that's what her shtick
She's like a
is.
lolcow almost.
Yes.
Anyone I know that's got a good marriage will tell you, or for the most part, will tell you that they are a vault, the two of them together. There's no,
Yeah.
it's that everything. And obviously, if it gets abusive, you've got to escape the vault. But rarely in good relationships, it's not like that. You're a vault. You're combined, tight unit, unbreakable. So to be putting aspects of it on the internet, I don't know if that can work. I mean, maybe it could. Maybe it's a 21st century
There's no way. No way.
evolution,
Absolutely
a
not.
new type of human.
This can only cause problems.
Homo technus.
This is absolutely going to end in disaster. We don't know when, but it's inevitable. And she's parading around like, I'm a girlfriend, like she's 15.
What if people could mind meld? If a man and a husband and wife could connect and like see each other's thoughts,
Well, what if then?
do you think that would be better or worse for the marriage?
Worse.
Worse.
Oh, you do?
Absolutely worse.
And then I was thinking, because the next step was, and then if
Yeah.
if you could somehow put the thoughts online for people to watch, would that make their relationship stronger?
The domestic abuse rate would skyrocket.
The thing is, there needs to even be like polarity and mystery after marriage.
Yeah.
You shouldn't share some things with anyone but God, and certainly not a lot of these things with a bunch of strangers online who don't care about you. And she knows that the majority of people who follow her are following her, as you said, because she's a lolcow. Because I do it. I don't follow her, but I do go back to her page every once in a while to get the updates, like what's happening in her life now, because
Yeah.
I'm laughing at it, and I know that's like kind of a spoiled, rotten like part of myself that I am engaging in when I do that. But that's the reason she does it. That's the reason she has her success.
Like the lesson I think people should be learning from the dating world right now is you actually need to be keeping your cards close to the vest.
Yes.
And
The less disclosure, the better. The more we need a return to discretion, to privacy, chastity, modesty, humility. Less of this. And I've been saying like not posting is the new posting. This is the new trend. Not posting announcements about shit. You know, I don't even
nonchalant.
Yes. Like there's even a new trend of like, instead of announcing your pregnancy, just don't
have
announce
the kid.
it. Just
Oh,
do
yeah,
the thing.
A lot of people I grew up with, it's just I get in touch with them again and they're like, oh yeah, I had a kid. I had 2 kids since we last spoke. And it's like,
Ideal.
nice.
Welcome to normal life.
And then it gives you something to talk about too.
Yep.
Because it's like if you've caught up on all their life details, there's something to discuss.
Mm-hmm. Danielle really could learn from those examples.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.